Hey everyone, 9 a.m. on Monday, it's Jen. We're gonna do some core today. So happy Monday, hope everyone's ready. We're gonna get some strength conditioning in for our abdominals. We're gonna do a few different exercises. As I said before, we like, abdominals like to have variety and they like to have high repetitions, but today we're gonna go into some core work that I incorporate on a regular basis, some of which also is a little bit different maybe for you. We might need a few props as something to use from home, but we'll describe what those things might look like or what you might need as we get to those exercises. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with a stretch so we can start to get ourselves ready, and then we're gonna go into our first two movements. We are gonna break things up today so that we're doing 3 sets of 2 different movements within the same time frame. So we're gonna superset 2 movements a few times today for our core. So I'm gonna have everybody get up. Let's go ahead and get our stretching on, and then we'll get right into it because we're gonna spend about a half hour just really focusing on the abdominals and the core strength for today, and then we'll call it and you guys can go start your Monday. So go ahead and stand up. And like normal, we wanna go ahead and put those feet together. We're gonna bring those arms all the way up. Nice big stretch to the ceiling, and then we're gonna come down. And when we come down, remember, we wanna go ahead and 1 vertebrae at a time. We wanna bring those arms down, bring our hips back, our feet together. We wanna try to get those chests as close as we can to our legs. Getting a nice stretch into the calves, the knees, and the hamstrings. And the same way we came in, we want to go ahead 1 vertebrae at a time, bring that all the way up. Nice big stretch. And then back down. And back up. We're going to go through that one more time. Big stretch, big breath. Get a nice stretch in those abdominals. We're going to be using them today. And then back down one more time. All right, we're going to come up and out the same way we came in. Very good. We're going to go ahead and get that Spider-Man stretch in as well. So I'll have you come down to one knee. We want to bring that foot out, fully extend in front of us. It should look a little bit angled so that when we drop into that stretch, we're at a 90 and that knee stays behind the toe. Okay? If you're not there, just kind of scoot your foot out a little bit. That might help. So again, we did this on our Mondays previous to today. We want to remember we will feel a little bit of a pinch here in the hip. We also will feel a stretch in that opposite side. We want to kind of lean into that movement, opening up those hip flexors on my right side, and I'll be able to see that better on my left when I switch legs. "30, 40 seconds is good for what we're doing today. If you do have some soreness in your legs from whatever you might have done this weekend, feel free to spend more time in that stretch. We want to lean back now. That heel is going to be down, that toe is going to be pointed up. We want to try to bring our chest, not rolling our back, but bringing our chest as close as we can to our legs. When you do that, you're going to feel that stretch all the way into that posterior. So you're going to hit that hamstring behind the knee there and in your calf. All right, we're going to come out of that here, and we're going to go ahead and switch sides. Bringing that foot out. Again, we want to have a little bit of an angle, so when we drop into it, we're sitting in that nice 90-degree position, and our knee does not exceed our toe. Okay? So you can see here, as you couldn't before, we're going to open up that hip, stretching that psoas. We're going to open up some of our hip flexors in this particular stretch as well. We want to make sure we're just leaning forward into that stretch. Again, feeling a little bit of a pinch on that opposite side and opening up and relaxing that hip as we lean into this stretch. All right, we're gonna go ahead when we get done with this too, is we're gonna come back on, like we did on our first side. We're gonna bring ourselves back, and on that heel, bringing that toe up, knee is gonna remain slightly bent. We're gonna try to bring that chest down. You should feel a nice big stretch in that hamstring. Those of us who might have been hiking or biking or running or doing anything where we used our large muscle groups this weekend are definitely gonna feel that. All right, we're gonna go through that stretch one more time, so we'll get 2 stretches on each side. So flip back over to that other leg, bring that leg out, angled, drop in, 90, and get a big stretch through here. I know we're doing core today, and you might be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, why are we doing this lower body movement for warm up and getting stretched out? We have to remember that everything's connected. So we want to make sure that we're constantly working out the tensions we might have in those big muscles, because they do assist when our tired little muscles become just maxed out. They do kick in a little bit, surrounding tendons and whatnot. So it's important to move the body, not just the focal area. Bringing that heel down, toe up, leaning forward. You should be able to get a little bit deeper in this stretch now that this is our second time in. If you can't, that's okay, just work for that, work towards that. All right, we can switch that out. Second time, last time on that other side. Foot is out, angled, and then drop into that 90. Sometimes it's hard to relax that hip that's extended, so take your time getting in and out of that position. You don't want to snap in or snap out of it very quickly, because you do want to find that moment of relaxation when you can finally be here and just relax those surrounding muscles. All right, we're going to drop back on that heel again, toe up. Again, it's really important. A lot of times people get into this position and they'll kind of just round their back and they're like, I really don't feel anything. You want to make sure you keep that chest nice and high, leaning forward, so you can create a nice big stretch. All right, cool. Good. We got through that. We're going to go through our first exercises today are going to be full sit-ups, and then we're going to go into bicycles. Our rep range today is going to be 15 reps per exercise until we get to the later part of our workout. We're going to superset them. So I'm going to use dumbbells just because the floor I'm on and the equipment I have in here is a little bit different than maybe if you're in your home living room, or if you have some matting down, or if you have carpet down in your home, or wherever you might be working out right now. So I'm going to use dumbbells as I'm on a concrete floor, and it can be a little much on the tailbone. So with that said, we're going to go through 15 full sit-ups. I'm going to lock my toes under the dumbbells. Okay, so I'm going to tuck my toes underneath them, and I'm going to come all the way down. You're going to see that my hands are going to tap the floor behind me, so just kind of at my ears, tapping the floor behind me, and as I come up, I'm rolling up into that core, and I'm tapping the dumbbells in front of my feet. Okay, so for you, if you want to tuck your feet underneath the couch, underneath a piece of your kitchen table, I'm not sure what furniture you have in your home, but you know, the average things that definitely have a little bit of a lip underneath them. Some people use a dresser. I recommend you wear shoes if you do that, because that could really mess up your toes. And then we're going to go into bicycles. So we're going to go into our full sit-ups for 15 reps. We're going to go into our bicycles for 15 reps. We're going to do those, or that superset rather, 3 times. Okay? So let's go ahead and get after it. For those of you who are going to use a piece of furniture, you want to make sure that your toes are underneath and supported, but that you're not able to curl your toes underneath that dumbbell or that piece of furniture, because that's what you'd be using to assist you, and you really want to focus on using your core to bring you up into the position. Again, I have a concrete floor underneath me. So I'm going to just kind of put this ab mat here. Feel free to use a rolled up towel, maybe squish it down a little bit, or a pillow, bed pillow, or a couch pillow, something like that, if you do have some lower lumbar challenges or it does seem a little bit painful. But for the sake of saving my tailbone today, I'm going to just use this ab mat. All right? Again, we want a full extension, so we never want to stop ourselves. I mean, we can in crunches, but for this movement today, we want to make sure that we're keeping a full extension on this movement. So we're going to roll ourselves all the way back. My hands are going to come over the top of my head and tap the floor. I'm going to come up and tap those dumbbells for 15. Ready? All right, here we go. Down. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to swap out my ab mat really quick for maybe like a little yoga mat, just because that is pretty tender on the back. All right, our next movement, guys, we're going to go ahead and go into our bicycles. So we're going to roll right back into this, so it's going to be a superset. So go ahead and bring your feet. We've done these before on a Monday morning. We're going to go ahead and bring ourselves right down flat to the ground. We're going to bring our knees up. Our elbows are going to be extended. We are not going to interlace the fingers. We're going to keep a hand over hand. We don't want to pull on the neck. We just want to support it. And for the opposite leg, to the opposite arm. So we're going to bring it in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Make a little camera adjustment quick. That's set 1 of 3. All right. So we're going to go back into our first piece. We'll go ahead and take a quick break after all 3 of these sets. Our abs recover pretty quick too, so thank God for that. We're going to go back into 15 of our full sit-ups, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, right into our bicycles. Feet are up. We're going to extend for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Those abdominals should be on fire. When we come up, make sure we try to sit, when we lay back into our sit-up, try to relax it for just that quick second before you come right back up. All right, just a cute little winter for you. All right, hope everyone's doing okay. Last set of our first superset. So we're gonna go from 15 to 15, and then we'll take our break and you guys can get a drink. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, and 1. All right, butterflies are next. Feet are up. And here we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. We're going to go into our next superset in here just a second, but go ahead and get a drink real quick, and we'll get right back after it. All right, guys. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go into 15 reps. We're going to go into right-sided oblique work and then left-sided oblique work. So we're not going to do what we did with the bicycles where we switched off left and right. We're literally going to come up, we're just going to hit that right side for 15 reps. We're going to hit the left side for 15 reps. Take a quick little second. We're going to do that 3 times. Okay, we are going to keep the consistency of the 15 reps today for that movement. So we want to have a little bit of support like I just put underneath. Again, remember to do that if you like, even like a little bit of a support in the lower lumbar if you're having any sort of pain or any sensitivity there. We want you to be as comfortable as possible. And again, if it does hurt, don't do it. We don't want to have anybody get hurt with that. So, okay, we're going to start with let's start with our left side. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and lay ourselves right back. We are going to bring those feet up. We're not going to move them in and out like we were for the bicycles. We are going to keep them stationary. This might you might feel the burn a lot faster here than you would if we were switching out because you get that small little second recovery. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit that left side 15 times. We're going to try to keep those feet here. We want to not wiggle. Okay, we want to try to stay as tight and as engaged as we can. Okay, again, we're not lacing the fingers. We don't want to pull on the neck. We want to support the neck. Okay, so here we are. We're going to come up. We're going to keep our legs here. We don't want to bring the legs to the arm. We want to bring the arm to the legs. All right, 15 reps. We're going to go into our left side with our right elbow and up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come right down. We're going to take a quick little breath, and we're going to switch sides. We're going to hit that left side now, or that right side rather, with our left elbow. And we're going to come up and over for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take a quick break. When we're in this movement, we want to make sure that we're rolling up and into the knee, that we're not just bringing ourselves over to the right or to the left side. We want to be able to bring ourselves up and over, engaging the upper and then the oblique, the upper core, okay? The upper abdominals. 2 more sets, guys. So we're going to start off the way we started, or we're going to go into our next set the way we started. So we're going to bring our hands behind our head, hand over hand. Feet are going to be up, and we're going to bring that right elbow into our left side. We're going to bring it up and over for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, just get a quick little recovery. And we're going to go into that right side with that left arm. Remember, we're going to roll it up and over. So we're going to come up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. We've got one more set just like that. So let's go ahead and make sure we get a little breath. We're going to go into our last set. And then you get a quick drink and we're going to move on to the next movements. All right, here we go. Bring the legs up. Hands are behind the head, one over the other. We're going to bring it up and over with our right elbow to our left knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I got a little distracted there for a second. All right, we're going to bring our legs back up. We're going to switch those sides out. This is our last time around. Hand over hand and up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Good job, guys. Go ahead and get yourself a drink. Then we're going to go into our next superset movements. Okay? All right, guys, we're going to go into 2 more movements. We're going to get our Russian twists and our ab mat sit-ups. We are going to drop these into, oh, we do keep them for 15. I was going to give you guys a little break there, but apparently I'm not into that this morning. So we're going to go through 3 times again. So ab mat sit-ups. For those of us who don't have an ab mat, which is completely fine, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and just put a pillow at the small of our back, a towel. Again, we don't want it rounded, like really rolled up tight round, because then it's going to create other arches in our back that we don't necessarily want. Just a little bit of a support in that lumbar spine is what we're looking for. So even if you were to loosely fold a towel and then kind of just put that in your lumbar underneath you, that's appropriate as well, and that'll serve its purpose. Sometimes a really worn-in bed pillow or a couch pillow works as well, because you don't necessarily need the whole support, but just that lumbar, we want to protect that and not create an arch there when we're in this movement. Okay, so our Russian twist for today, you can use a dumbbell, you can use a plate if you have one. For today, we're going to go ahead, I'm just going to do a Russian twist and use my hands for this movement today, but we're going to go ahead and superset the 2 of them. So we're going to start with Russian twist for 15 reps. Into our ab mat sit-ups for 15, and we're going to superset them 3 times, okay? Russian twist. We want to not be wiggling all over the place. We want to engage our core, keep our spine upright. If you want to cross the ankles, fine. I'd much rather have someone put the heel of their foot down in this movement versus be all over the place and wiggling, because that's disengaging the core and that defeats the purpose of what we're working on right now, okay? So, feet are up, chest is high. We're going to start with a side, 1, 1, 2, 2, okay, for 15 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Now we're going to go into those ab mat sit-ups. So unlike our regular sit-ups, we want to keep our feet heel to heel, pressing against each other as we're bringing ourselves up so that we engage that core and that we don't lose balance. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Having a little hip challenge this morning, so apologize for being a little all over the place. All right, so we're gonna go back into those Russian twists for 15, superset with those ab mats 2 more times, okay? Feet are up, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We're going to go into those ab mats next. 15 reps. Feet are together, pressing together, back and over the top for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. We've got one more set like that. Those are messing with my hip a little bit this morning, so apologize again if I seem a little off on that one movement. We've got one more of those, and then we're going to go into a superset, implementing a kettlebell, and I love it. You can use whatever you want in your house. You don't have to use a kettlebell. It's something I started implementing recently, and I love the movement. But it is very site specific, so it takes some focus to do correctly. But you're certainly not hurting yourself if you are not doing it 100% correctly. There are a lot of benefits to it, so I can't wait to show you guys that one. We've got one more set of our Russian twists and then our ab mats. All right, here we go. Feet are up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So, ab mats. Now, if I stop, I have a little pinch in my right hip that is starting to creep up on me today, probably based on my weekend of busyness. But if I stop, I'm going to keep counting you out through 15, but I'm going to try to push through. All right. And we're going to go down 15 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Quick drink, and then we're going to go into our final superset. Okay? For this, if you want to grab, I'm trying to think of something. It's going to be dragged underneath us, so it doesn't have to be really heavy. You can, if you're on the floor, which you will be, sliding a book might actually work out good. So if you have a thicker book around the house somewhere, and once I show you, you might have a better idea of what you'll use. And I'll give you a second to find that object. So go ahead and get a drink. All right, guys, here we go. So, what we want to do with this movement is, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see me. So all these comments down there, I can't see if you can see me or not. We're going to pull it underneath from one side and then back through on the other. So I actually might face you guys for this versus be to the side, so you can see how it's dragged. So we're going to lay it down. Whatever your object is, you're going to just go ahead and lay it down. And we're going to find ourselves in a plank position. So with this movement, you want to create a really, really tight core, okay? So that kind of like if someone were to kind of press on your back in this movement, you wouldn't dip down. You keep it nice and stable, nice and tight and engaged, okay? So what we want to do is we want to drag from one side. We're going to come underneath the other hand and drag in the opposite direction. We want the movement to be just under our chest when it comes underneath us, and I'll show you. So we're going to find ourselves in that plank position. Our wrist or our palms of our hand are going to be underneath our shoulders, and you're going to want to put your hands however comfortable you feel. But we want to not be wiggling too much through this, as least amount as possible. But we want to start off with that object outside that opposite hand, if you can see. Okay? We want to keep ourselves nice and stable. We're going to go ahead and pull that through. Switch hands. Okay? That's the right way to do it. We don't want to find ourselves, see how my hips just went up? And I'm wiggling. Keep those hips low, and like you're in a plank, underneath, and underneath. Okay? I'll give you 30, 45 seconds. You want to go grab something to use for that movement. You can push a book through. You can push a bag of sugar through. You can take a Tupperware container, put some water in it, cap the lid really tightly, and slide that across underneath you. That's an option as well. Let me think of something else while people are getting their items. Yeah, I don't know. Bookends, if you have a couple bookends, maybe if you have a bookshelf or something at home, those things work as well. They don't even have to be terribly heavy. The movement and getting you underneath you is something we want to work on prior to going really heavy with that movement anyway. And we wouldn't get exceptionally heavy with this type of movement either. So, I mean, I'm using, I think, a 45-pound kettlebell, but that's the max I would probably go, just because you don't want to lose the stability in the core. Okay? We're going to go through these. We're going to hit 15. 1, 2. Okay, it's not going to be 1, 1 as per my traditional count. So let's go ahead and get in position. We're going to get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep those cores tight. 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 2, 1. 45 might even be too heavy. All right, our next movement, we're going to superset this. Just having some support underneath my arms here. We're going to come into our plank position again. But what we're going to do this time is we're going to come down for 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, okay? Keep those cores tight, keep them engaged. If someone was pressing on you from the top, you'd want to not cave in. If someone was pushing on you from the bottom, you do not want to arch up, okay? That's how you traditionally want to think of a plank. Here we go. And ready, and come down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Good job. We've got 2 more of those. We're going to go through 2 more sets, and then we're done. Good job on these guys. All right, we're going to get that object ready. We're going to get our hands up. We're in position. Bring those legs out, fully extend. And here we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Almost through, guys. And you can go enjoy your Monday doing whatever it is you're going to do today. All right, here we go. And down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 superset left. Hope you guys are feeling okay. It's going to be our last 15 reps. If you do have some shoulder sensitivity to these movements, go ahead and cut your reps down to 10 or 8. We certainly don't want to have any pain or challenges in those shoulders. Okay? Here we go. Last superset. You got this. You guys are doing great. Bring ourselves up. Cores are tight. Bring it through for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cores are tight. 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. All right. Last one. 15 reps. Here we go. Bring ourselves up. Hand drop it down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Cores are tight. 5, 6, 7. Almost there, guys. 8, 9, You made it. You did great. Good job today. I hope you guys have a great Monday. We'll see you next week. And again, thank you to everyone who's supporting Fitness Revolution and Jason. And I know that we're all looking forward to getting back in the gym really soon. So crush your Monday. Bye, guys.